Okay, so we went through workflow and update action. Now we will add a possibility to print something out, like from the request. It's pretty easy. It's through what you see is what you get editor. You will see it, and it's something that is handle. It's really helpful when, for example, you have invoice or for us we have even the request. So you can print it out and hand over to secretary and so on. Yeah. So let's try it. Let's go to administration, and in administration, under objects section, there is outputs. In outputs, you can choose printout and add a new one. So add a new one, call it print out for even request, for example. You have to fill name here. Okay, let's fill it like even request. I can tell you that you can use here something like placeholders. Placeholders are always in brackets, and it's related to IDs of that object lines. Yeah, it means we have something like that, and we can add here into brackets. I will open a new administration, actually new tab, obviously, and in objects, in even request, in lines, I can find, for example, title. Yeah, it's ID 8. Here in file name, I can add a slash, and here type ID 8. Now, whenever I want to download data from that particular request, it says file named even a request and then title of the even request. Yeah. All right, and it's absolutely necessary to choose proper object. So choose even request. Here we go. You can have a template and so on. And at the bottom we have like we have header, body, and footer. So in header, whenever you put something in header, it's like similar like Word. You will have a header and footer of the page. Yeah. So we can call it header here. Let's add some heading, and whenever you specify header, you need to specify height of header. So, for example, 15 pixels. Everything's is good. Footer will be 20, and so on. Format. Here should be some information about event request. Okay. That format, it's like body of that page, but I would like to add a footer here. Like footer will be something like that, bold and colored footer. And here into format, I will add a few placeholders which are connected to that particular object. Yeah. So first, what I am going to do is open a new tab, find forum, and on forum we have article called placeholders. Placeholders and conditions for notifications, and so on. So here you can find all placeholders you can add into that printout and notification and so on. Yeah. We are going to use few placeholders, with ID XXX. We use the first one in name. So here we go. You can see here the first placeholders, we use that. And now let's add here the placeholder, the ID 8, which is title. You can see it here. Here we go. Oh. And underneath, I will just quickly check what we got here. We can add client, and we can add, for example, required items. No? So client was ID 16. So client will be like, okay, ID 16. Here we go. And for items, what we need for that particular event request, we need to add special placeholders. Special placeholder, because it's kind of subgrid object line. It's more complex. So let's take a look into placeholders and find, for example, subgrid. Subgrid. Yeah, and it's here. Let's use the first one. Oh no. Ordinary request subgrid. Yeah. So let's use this one. And do printout. And here we need to specify width of the subgrid, how wider it should be on the page, on page A4. Then we need to specify object line ID of the subgrid, and it's ID 20 in our case. So ID 20. And subgrid ID XXX to ZZZ. All right. It means you can choose object lines from that subgrid. Yeah. So you can do that through, when you click on it, in object line, there is a small pencil. When you click on it, it throws you to that particular subgrid. You can see that, and in lines, we just need to choose which line we would like to use. For us, it will be really nice to have, or of course, item, so ID 4, ID 5, and ID 8, for example. So 4, 5, and 8. So ID 4, ID 5, and ID 8. Here we go, and that's it. Just save and close. And now, I'll just check quickly what we have on the right side. Everything's prepared. Okay. So now in user environment, let's go to Y component and open a request. And for example, our request, we don't have anything here. And click on plus, new request, and here, team building 2.0, choose some date. We need a client, definitely. New version of team building. Here we go. And we add the items to see how it is look like. 20, for example. And a new one for multi-cards, 20. And it's 400, right? Okay, let's save it. And here, open the request that we have saved. And in action, you can see export to PDF. Here we go. When you click on it, you can see, you can choose actually our printout for even request. And when you print it out, you can see that the printout has, here we go, even request team building. So our title, when you open that, you can see that we have some header, we have some footer, we have printout body or format, we have title here, we have client here, and we have then item, like that subgrid. You can see that we add just 3 lines, so you can see those lines here, so item status and total.